CNN News 18 uncovers document showing the Luthra secured a trade license in just 2 days in 2023. Panchayat members roll under the lens now. Sources say mandatory NOCs were bypassed. Congress veteran Prithviraj Chavan remains defiant after raising questions over the army. Says he didn't say anything wrong, refuses to apologize. As the government pushes the Viksit Bharat Ramji bill in Lok Sabha today, Congress to launch nationwide protests over the rebranding of Manrega. As Delhi gasps for fresh air, BJP government blames the Aam Aadmi Party for the toxic air, says can't fix this in 8 months. Aam Aadmi Party hits back, alleges data manipulation. A shocker from Uttar Pradesh's Shamli. Cops reveal that a man killed his wife and 2 daughters for not wearing burqa. Confesses to the crime during investigations also. Prime Minister Modi scripts history, becomes first world leader to receive Ethiopia's high civilian honour. Ishan Khatter's starrer Homebound gets shortlisted for Best International Feature Film category at the Oscars 2026. Australia fight back on the opening day of the third Ashes Test in Adelaide after losing 4 wickets before getting to the 3-figure mark. Cameron Green dismissed for 2-ball duck after mega 2.7 million payday at IPL auction. All right, our focus at this hour. The Congress has issued a whip to its MPs to be present in the Lok Sabha as the government moves to push the controversial G-Ramji bill. However, opposition leader Rahul Gandhi will be missing from parliament as he is currently in Berlin. Rahul Gandhi has called this bill a direct insult to the ideals of Mahatma Gandhi, saying that after failing India's youth with massive unemployment, the government is now threatening the secure livelihood of rural families under Manrega scheme. And to oppose the bill, Congress has announced nationwide protest today across all district headquarters, vowing to fight the government's move and to protect the rights of poor rural workers.
This Mahatma Gandhi's name, which is being taken out of this act, is unacceptable to us. It is basically killing the act itself. Right to vote was been killed through vote chori. Right to work has been killed through this act. This act is basically killing the whole act, which is going to give the right of a woman or a youngster across India to get a work is going to be denied. And we will protest it in the introductory stage. In the BAC also, the opposition parties, particularly Congress party, opposed it, said that it should be referred to a standing committee, and we will continue to oppose it in the House also when it is going to be introduced in the bond.
देखिए, अब तो बहस का विषय है। आएगा कोई भी बिल आता है तो बहस होता है, उस पर तत्कालिक क्या डिसीजन होगा ये तो जिस डिपार्टमेंट का है वो लोग समझेंगे। लेकिन नाम उसका रखा गया है शायद जी राम जी, अच्छा है। अगर अपने विरासत को अगर हम जिंदा रखना चाहते हैं, अपने विरासत को चर्चा में रहना चाहते हैं तो क्या खराब है।
Bill that the government is bringing, G Ramji bill, one, do you have a problem with the language, and also do you have a problem with Mr. Gandhi's not being such?
Is it a bill? This is an attempt to assassinate Gandhiji again. The unfortunate part is that Ram is being dragged into assassinate Gandhiji. Ram will never ever appreciate or allow such a heinous thing to happen. And moreover, 50,000 crores additional burden is imposed on the states, and a pilot program which has been a right for the workers is being nullified, is being scuttled by this new legislation. We will oppose this legislation tooth and nail.
The left MPs are also protesting about the name. They are saying that it's in Hindi.
It's not a question of name. It's not a question of name. Name whatever they put. They shouldn't kill the scheme.
All right, for more on this, we now have with us Pallavi Ghosh. Now, Pallavi, we are hearing these sharp reactions that are pouring in from both sides. Of course, there are some people also saying that Ram is being dragged in to assassinate Gandhi one more time, but then in the same breath also saying this is not about the name, but the scheme that should not be killed. So do you think there's a bit of a stretch there?
Yes, I mean, see, the multiple voices. In fact, there were multiple protests which are taking place. Two main opposition is there as far as the new bill is concerned. One, you're changing the name and you're removing the Mahatma Gandhi's name, while the government is saying that nothing of that sort is being done. But for the opposition, politically speaking, this is a huge issue to hit back by making the larger point that, you know, the legacy of the Mahatma is something which is a part of the BJP and the RSS ethos, and that legacy is being wiped away. Second, the idea of Manrega is essentially was this to see that the poor wage earners were getting a good amount of money, and the centre was also pitching in. It was passed during the UPA time. So now the Congress is taking the lead in saying that the entire purpose of the Manrega scheme has been wiped away.
Right, and Pallavi, for the benefit of our viewers, if you could explain what that means in practical terms, because there are a couple of shifts that we're seeing in the form of the scheme also. There's of course the funding shift, the talking about demand versus supply, and there's their pause of the 60 workday pause also. If you could explain to our viewers what that really implies.
Well, essentially, according to the government, the bill is beneficial to the wage earners because one, it is increasing the time period of when you're working from 100 days to 125 days. So this is actually a leap forward. Second, we are not cutting the funding. We're going to try and ensure that it becomes more rationalized. However, these arguments coming in from the government is not cutting any ice with the opposition parties. When that bill is going to be put in and the demand has been to be referred to a standing committee, accusation is that at the Business Advisory Council meeting also they did not pay attention. I think this is going to see more and more hangama between the two sides with just 3 days left to go for the winter session to end.
All right, Pallavi, thank you so much for that. But do stay on with us. We're getting more information right now. Also, the Congress MPs have staged a protest in Parliament premises after the Delhi court granted relief for the Gandhis in the National Herald case. Also, another big focus of ours. Now, they are saying that they are staging this protest in the Parliament premises, and this is the latest that we're getting. Congress is demanding an apology from the Prime Minister, is what we're given to understand at this point. Pallavi, let me just come back to you on this. What are we seeing here?
Well, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge held a press conference today. And of course, the Congress party, being on a back foot on the National Herald case, is now using it to their advantage. And they are seeing it as a huge relief, despite the fact that there are BJP leaders who pointed out that this should not be seen as a relief. This is actually what is the nuances, the legal nuances of it should not be lost. But having said that, today the Congress party is certainly in a celebratory mood. I saw all the Congress MPs, even Shashi Tharoor, for the first time ever joining in a Congress show. And over here, he is, making, again, all of them made the larger point that the ED and the CBI have been misused. This is Satyameva Jayate, and the Prime Minister needs to apologize.
Absolutely, Pallavi. Of course, now he did say that the sole objective was here to harass the Gandhi family, and he's termed this outcome proof, as you mentioned also, that truth will always out. That being said, do they really see this as relief and their demand here of an apology? What are we likely to see on that front?
Well, I mean, I think they've already made their political point. They are going to harp on it. I mean, the corruption going up to the top was always something which the BJP would highlight. And here the Gandhis were coming under scanner, particularly Rahul Gandhi. Now, Rahul Gandhi himself is not inside Parliament today. As we all know, he's travelling to Berlin for an event. But having said that, I think the Congress party will no longer want to see itself on a back foot. They will see this as a vindication of the long-standing point that ED and CBI are always used to try and silence the political opponents of the Modi government.
So do you think the larger aim here is to, well, just save face and perhaps make a point?
Well, yeah, I mean, a political parties would always want to make a political point, and that's exactly what the Congress is saying. I mean, just a few days back, everyone was attacking the Congress, particularly the Gandhis, accusing them of corruption, with elections coming up in many states in 2026. This is again something which the BJP was trying to use. Today, the Gandhis would want to turn the table on the Congress party. They would try and turn the tables on the BJP, saying that you made baseless accusations, and now we stand vindicated from the court. And the Prime Minister, who on every platform keeps on accusing the Congress of corruption, Gandhis of corruption, must apologize.
All right, well, Pallavi, thank you so much for that. All right, then our other top focus. It's end game for the Luthra brothers in the Goa nightclub fire tragedy. CNN News 18 also confronted the Luthra brothers at the Delhi airport and at court, but they refused to respond to our questions. CNN News 18 questioned them for fleeing the country, why they decided to do so. Meanwhile, Saurabh and Gaurav Luthra are being taken to Goa. As you know, they are expected there in maybe moments from now. The Goa police team and the Luthras they boarded the flight to Goa. They were expected to land around 11 a.m. I believe we're going to start seeing the visuals of that very soon also, and we'll bring you all the updates on that. The brothers have been sent on a 2-day transit remand. All right, so the Luthra brothers, as I was just saying, have finally been dragged back to Goa. The Luthra brothers remain largely invisible. They remain largely invisible during this entire flight. Of course, no one was allowed to speak to them. Both the brothers hid their face throughout the flight. The Goa police had arranged the last 2 rows for the brothers to be kept. 7 Goa police officers also accompanied the Luthra brothers to Goa. No food or beverages were taken by the Luthras as they continued to hide their faces from the public, and en route Goa, they were in the back 2 rows that were assigned for them, and there were 7 police personnel who were accompanying them. Now, Simran Babbar is now joining us live. Thank you so much for joining us, Simran. Now, the Luthra brothers expected to come out any minute now. So this is what we're getting for you right now. The Luthra brothers are in Goa. As I mentioned earlier, they were expected there around 11. It's 11:07 right now. We're expected to get visuals of that also very soon. The Luthra brothers largely hid their faces, did not speak to anyone, as you would expect at this point. Of course, as you know, they are on a 2-day transit remand, which was approved by a Delhi court. They are being taken to Goa, where further investigations and interrogations will take place. Remember, today is the 17th of December, 10 days since the Luthra brothers fled to Thailand after that tragic fire at their establishment. It's called Birch by Romeo Lane, which claimed the lives of 25 people, were given to understand. As and when more and more information came in and we started to peel back the layers, we've also been bringing you more information and evidence on how this particular establishment, there were so many complaints and irregularities and illegalities when it came to this particular establishment, which was built on a salt pan. They did not have the necessary clearances as well. And of course, there's a larger nexus here, and the role of members who also looked the other way and gave them this clearance, these clearances, that's in question also. Now, Simran, let me just come to you. The Luthra brothers, we're expected to see them maybe in like a few. Yesha, pardon me. Yesha Kotak is now joining us live. Yesha, let me come to you. And of course, the Luthra brothers now in Goa. What awaits them there?
So yes, around 11 was when Luthra was expected to land in Goa. What we hear so far is their flight has landed. From here, they'll be taken to Anjuna police station. Now the distance between the airport to Anjuna police station is anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour. So maybe in next 1 hour or so, they'll be expected at Anjuna police station. So far, what we also know is that there's tight police security at Anjuna police station. They'll be kept in the the lockup at Anjuna police station, the same place where Ajay Gupta has been kept in custody. Following which, because the Goa police had sought custody, 3 days remand, transit remand by the court from Delhi, is where by today or by tomorrow is where both the Luthra brothers will be produced before the court, where a proper police custody of the Luthra brothers would be demanded by the Goa police. Now, clearly here, this comes in as the cops are already investigating several angles in this case pertaining to Luthra brothers. This particularly because, in the investigation that the Goa police has done so far, they've already arrested Ajay Gupta, who's one of their, who's a partner who was a partner in the Birch by Romeo Lane. Apart from that, there are 5 more people who are already in the custody of Goa police. All of these are managers. So now, here, the further investigation will be crucial so as to understand the role of Luthra brothers, and also to connect the last dot, that is Surinder Khosla, who still remains missing even after almost 10 days of the fire. Yes.
Absolutely, Ashana. I just want to go back to that point that you were making. Now, let's talk about Ajay Gupta. I want to understand what all the statements that have been recorded by Ajay Gupta. Of course, he was saying that he has no role to play here and he has no knowledge of what was really going on at Birch by Romeo Lane. I want to understand how his confessions are going to further impact this entire investigation.
Ajay Gupta, when he was being presented before the court, happened to say that he was just a sleeping partner in this. He had absolutely no role. Now, as a part of the police investigation that has come forth, we learned from our Goa police sources that Ajay Gupta in his statement said that Surinder Khosla was a person who bought the parcel of land from a local person called Pradeep Gadi Amonkar. From there, the land was then transferred to Surinder Khosla. It was from Surinder Khosla is where the Luthra brothers bought the land on lease. Here Ajay Gupta went there to say that his role was only to find financiers for that land, and in that case he had approached the Luthra brothers to finance and come up with Birch by Romeo Lane on that property. This is a statement that has been recorded by Ajay Gupta. Ajay Gupta also said that he was present in Goa when the fire had taken place, but managed to escape from there on the pretext that that he wanted to evade the law, and which is why he had admitted himself at a hospital in Delhi. But he also said that it was Luthras who were present in Delhi on the night of the incident, and to evade arrest was where they also managed to take an immediate flight to Thailand. So all of these statements would be crucial. But what's further important is that Goa police can further go ahead to cross-examine all these three people simultaneously, so as to understand and get the inferences on the basis of the statements that have been recorded so far. Yes.
Absolutely, Yasha. We do know that the Luthra brothers were saying that they were in Thailand on a work trip. Of course, the onus to provide evidentiary support of that lies on the Luthra brothers entirely. They've also cited some medical conditions as a basis for anticipatory bail, something that was also rejected. Now that they're being taken to Goa, it remains to be seen, of course, how they're going to contest the charges that have been brought on against them.
So yes, we've in fact heard the statements that were being made by the legal team representing Luthra brothers at Goheni Court, wherein they went ahead to state that they were out there on a work trip, also stating that the brothers want to come back because one of them has an epilepsy history. So all of these were statements that were being made. In fact, they also said that they, in this context, they want to cooperate. But the question remains as to the fact that when the fire incident took place, Goa police has strong evidences that the flight tickets were booked only at 1:17, almost an hour 15 minutes after the fire broke out. So here, for them to substantiate that claim that they were on a walk.
लूथरा कुछ करने देंगे? लूथरा आप गोवा के बाद किसको बैठ दिया था? चलाने के लिए चलो चले कोई नहीं